What up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back. Just Rideout reviews. We are checking out the next episode of The Crown. Man, yeah, it's pretty dope, man. We getting to see a little different areas. We got Princess Diana. Probably gonna get a little bit deeper in her. I feel like this is about her tearing apart the family, man. But last episode's kind of different. It really wasn't about the Queen, which is really what this whole show's about. But yeah, we'll see. I like the episode though because it was like dude came from, or he came from nothing, but then he just really wanted to be like a British dude. He just loved British culture, and she turned him down. It kind of made me feel bad about the Queen, man, because she always seemed so nice and so cordially and so helping. But at the same time, I still feel a sense like that because she never really was a people person. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. Let's check out this next episode, see what's going on in the lives of these folks. I'm sure it's going to dive right back deep into Diana, man. So let's check it out.
The stark admission of failure and a horrible year for the royal family could be seen as a plea for sympathy and forgiveness.
Dang, what's going on, man? She apologized for a turbulent and tumultuous year? What happened? Huh. Bring the mail with some liquor in the morning. Oh, man. The drink ready.
Why did you choose it? What is the significance of it?
My faith.
Man, this whole family smoking them cigarettes, man. Yeah, we get to go venture into this lady's world. It's funny, each episode seems to like trying to zoom in on a character that we've seen and talked about in previous episodes and seasons.
Is music your first love?
No, power is.
One has many first loves.
Power was her. Maybe not power, but fame. That's it.
Some that remain and become lasting loves, and some that fade and one realizes were probably never true loves at all.
Is this about old boy? Tony, that's it. It's Tony. I wonder if this is about Tony. And if that dude right there was Tony. Well. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say, or is it Peter, dude? Oh, that's first love, though.
Dear Margaret.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is possible this letter will come as a nasty intrusion rather than a pleasant surprise. I'm planning a rare visit to London from the Ile-de-France and found myself wondering
That's
if
even more
you had
awesome.
any plans to attend the reception next.
Peter Townsend, man. Because he is her first love.
Will you go? I think I might. Why, what's it to you?
Peter Townsend. I should have known that. But I thought Tony, though. But I was thinking right after, I was like, or even more so, what if it's Peter? But Peter a little bit old, you know what I'm saying? He's a bit older than her. But not that much older, like 6, 7 years, was it, maybe? Couldn't be 10, could it? Man, I can't even remember, but I know she was young, bro. And he was a bit older.
In Saint-Tropez, doing something unmentionable.
You're right. I don't want to know.
Sucking Sarah's toes, Mummy.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And if he was that hungry, he could have just ordered a sandwich.
Or some soul.
So, that's brilliant.
Bobby. Laughing like that. The Queen.
Which is why this time, I'm left with no option but to, well, mention the D word.
Diplomacy? Détente? Is it asking too much to say duty?
Ooh.
Divorce, Mummy.
Oh, darling.
She's had
Duty.
enough. But that's what we do in this family. Destroy anyone that's different. Not at the beginning, of course. First, we tell ourselves how good they'll be for the system. They'll be our salvation, our secret weapon. Make us look more modern, normal, human.
You know, I heard a little bit about Andrew. He don't seem human at all. Margaret, huh? Spark, wit and flair. Born, worst crime was born second.
But mercifully, time hasn't touched me at all, and I'm entirely unchanged since our last meeting in 1955.
She think herself funny, huh? Oh, that's funny. There he is. Peter Townsend. Bro, he look kind of like a creeper over there, don't he, man? But I'm sure he remembers her. I'm sure he loved her too, man. But realized it ain't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. There was nothing they could do. And he had to move on. I don't know what that would feel like. It's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough. But then their lives went on. He found love somewhere else. Got kids, grandkids. She got kids. I'm sure she's got grandkids too. Of course, unlike Peter, she didn't live happily ever after with her husband. What's Peter doing, man? What's he doing, man? Of course, he must know. And she must know, too. He just wants to reminisce about days long past. If he's married, which he is, because I saw the lady running through the garden, I wonder, what is this? An emotional adultery? Because he is definitely reliving and, dare I say, lusting in the past. Oh, Margot being Margot again, the center of attention. Carousing on. Dang. Some people just got it, don't they? It don't matter how old you are. You just got it sometimes.
Your letters. I kept them all. I'm not getting any younger, and if anything should happen, I'd hate to see them fall into the wrong hands, so...
Oh. That is pretty crazy. Every letter, man. Look at all them toes, man. That was funny, dude. Bro said, look at all them toes, man.
My book. Almost finished. So many other riveting things to read too. Don't.
She funny too, man. She funny. She's good.
And I'm here to say we intend for it to be permanent. And the ink is barely dry on your divorce from Mark. With so much scrutiny on the family.
All her kids.
Are you sure it wouldn't be wise to wait? You cannot have all of me. And I will not give all of me. I will marry Tim.
Dang. This family's unraveling, huh? This family's unraveling. It's crazy to see her mom and dad marry Elizabeth and
Let's just go.
the king.
Wait.
Or shoot. Uh-oh. Oh, dang. She ain't playing. She don't give a dang. But all her kids are unhappy. Every single one of them. Especially in the marriage field. Every single one of them, man. Is there? I mean, maybe the youngest. I haven't seen much about him.
Sometimes.
Went from their father was happily married, and Elizabeth happily married, but then Margaret, nope, because she didn't get to marry the person she wanted, which was Peter. And then the next in line, Charles, nope, he didn't get to marry the person he wanted. I don't know about the other ones marrying the people they wanted, and they didn't really talk about that. But that's tough.
I write to you with a heavy heart.
They relive all that over again through those letters. That's tough, man. Absolutely tough. Bro, what a life, dude. That is insane. The lives that have been changed because of... Oh, man. It's like him, dude. The lives that have been changed just because she's the queen and they feel like they have to demand certain things. Prince Harming, dang.
But while Anne's and Andrew's problems are deeply distressing, yours are in a category of their own because you, as future king, are in a category of your own. And God's law is that marriage is for life. And while it is expected for the monarch to be married and produce an heir, being happily married is a preference rather than a requirement.
Man.
For years, I've called for a more modern monarchy that reflects the world outside. Would look at the rates of family breakdown out there and then look at us.
Yeah.
Ordinary family. And social services came to visit, they'd have thrown us into care and you into jail.
That's enough.
Oh, dang, bro.
We've got our modern monarchy, all right.
And yet the Duke of Edinburgh and I could not have been more clear with the children about how important we consider marriage to be.
Yeah, but you ain't make it... If you're forcing people to marry, and then you talk about how important marriage is, that ain't... Those two things don't compatibility.
The prince and princess are not yet separated. There is still hope of reconciliation, and we all pray for it.
Yeah, just hope until the last breath. And the queen made some bad decisions, of course, in regards to her family and marriage. But we all make mistakes. But the question is, was her heart fully committed to the truth of the gospel that she wants to preach about how important marriage is in the eyes of God in comparison to how important the monarch is? But for her, maybe those two things are one.
Are visible from the roof of the northeast wing near the Queen's apartment.
Priorities. Ooh, that's said about anything in our lives, man. What are our priorities? Which one takes precedence? Ding, of fire. Golly. They couldn't get that fire under control. Fallout. Everything happening all at one time. Jeez. But their marriage wasn't everything either. It went through its struggles, but they persevered, and now it shows like they have a love that's, Powerful, wonderful, and continues to grow every day.
What about the crimson drawing room? Dare I ask?
I'm surprised you remember it.
Of course I remember.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. What are you talking about?
No life goes on forever. Recently I had that made clear to me by my doctor.
Yeah, dude about to die.
If our love, in the context of a whole life, had been a fleeting one.
It ain't, bro. She there.
Or a lasting
It's a
one.
lasting one, bro. That's why she's here right now. That's why you here right now. That's a good love story, man. Even though he can't do that, cause you married, bro. That messed up, but that's still wonderful in a way. That's a love story on its own. That's a powerful love story.
Neither the building nor its contents were insured.
Time, bad time.
Public appeal may be launched offers of help to rebuild
The very worst
the
of
world's
times.
most famous-
Dang, that stuff wasn't insured? That stuff insured.
One can imagine multiple suspects, each with their own perfectly plausible motive to burn the place down. My neighbor, for one.
Diana.
Diana burns the house down.
You don't think I have reason to burn down my sister's home?
Peter Townsend.
Why would you do that?
Because of what she denied me. Peter Townsend.
What?
You know it, girl.
Prayer of gratitude for him, and thought to yourself, if I didn't have him, I'd never be able to do it. How often?
That's what real marriage is, too, B.
Peter was my son. Is what counts. A prohibition, incidentally. You are not now extending to Anne.
That is different.
How is it different?
How is it different?
Anne and Commander Lawrence are in love. Peter and I were in love. In both cases, one party is a divorcee. The situation is identical in every way except for the outcome.
So it was because
She is being
she
allowed
was
to marry him.
divorced, and instead of him.
40 years. You cannot bring yourself to acknowledge what happened to me and the part you played in it.
Man, I wonder if these conversations really happened. Because that's a tough one, dude. All of these years later, 40 years later, and it still has a huge effect on Margaret's life. A resentment.
And to describe it in this way, Annus Horribilis.
Annus
People were remarkable.
Horribilis.
Not just because of the theatrical deviation into Latin. What's your point? My point. And that perhaps we have fallen short in our duty as a family and owe them an apology. That word shouldn't be in your vocabulary.
Oh, dang. So we see
Monarchy is the only part
we
of the
see
Constitution with an element of the divine.
where she gets it from.
Her peace of mind. She's done God's will about as immaculately as any human for the past 40 years. She's earned the right to say anything she likes.
Yeah. Good
It's
husband.
our job to support her.
Look at him.
Unconditionally.
Since when have you sung that tune? Since day one he sung that tune. Day one.
Yeah, he has been a good husband, man. He has been a good husband, except for that little failings of that little, But dude, he has been, ever since the ending of season 2, bro ain't been nothing but stellar, dude. Before that, he was rough and tough, but he learned, and he has done nothing but boss dog, man. He's been a good husband. He has been a good husband, bro. It's a telling story, man.
Is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure. It has turned out to be an Annus Horribilis.
A year of horror, Annus Horribilis. He daggone me, the Latin. everybody in her life is sacrificed for her. But it's all come to a head.
I'm here with brandy and sherry. What does that say about us?
Dang, that's so right. They pets, they name never alcohol.
I do love you.
I love you too. Very much.
She's she's a non-emotional person. That's a love that's lasted, huh? It's her and her sister. When that time said, may you never fight. What did he say? Never let anything come between them. That was a good episode. Has so much involved, so much going on. Different layers, and then bringing it all back at the end, too. Yeah. But it's the mistakes we make. And I mean, I was talking about those mistakes. Like, how can you say one thing, but then you do another, and at the very end, I guess she even said at the beginning, I didn't recognize it, but yeah, it's like she finally fessed up to it. Finally, I mean, I don't know, but she fessed up to it, to the fact that some of the things that occurred in her own family's life were inflicted on because of her decisions or her position as queen, and in a way, maybe abusing that, to manipulate the people around her to do the things that she has to do. But that's tough, man. And talk about she marrying that dude. I don't give a dang. Margaret, like, same thing that happened. Though time weighs on people. Boom, 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 boom. Time is heavy. But she was young. And now she's wiser with these times. She's like, man, she can't fight. Or whether have a die on every hill or something like that. What? That's tough, man. To bear all that. And then to see the things that you do reflect out in reality over time. The sorrow and the pain of the entire family, of her children, of everybody. That's tough. That's tough. That just makes me want to make sure I make the right decision. And I know, as I'm saying that, I make the right decision now. But I know that when she was saying that, she thought she was making the right decision. How do you ever know? That's the question. How do you know that you are making the right decision? And that decision will have ramifications for the rest of the lives of the people that it happened to. Man, that's tough. That's tough. Anyway, man, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.